our kind of most foundational viewpoint of nightmares. So, to recap, nightmares are showing how the psyche moves with its own intentionality. It's autonomous. It wants to achieve balance, growth, development, individuation, and it's going to do that by presenting increasing symptoms, which might be dreams, it might be symptoms of behavioral patterns or certain moods or depressions, certain symptoms in the body, and it's often doing that because there's something in the conscious attitude, there's something in our personality that's off. Maybe we've made an adaptation that served a certain point in time, but now it's time to let that go and to grow and develop. And so nightmares will come to sort of force this confrontation. And it tends to, by the time it gets to a nightmare, it's that shadow material, that unconscious material has grown in power and intensity. And the dream itself might even become more and more disturbing or more emotionally laden to get our attention. The fear or resistance that we tend to see within nightmares tends to indicate that the material that's coming up is something that consciously we do not want to get close to. And so we run away from the monster that attacks us. When we're in some sort of environment, it feels haunting, it feels scary, it feels like it's attacking us. This kind of resistance is not to necessarily be taken as a genuine like it poses a necessary danger to you if you approach it, but rather from the conscious viewpoint, we don't yet have the resources or the willingness to approach what is inside of us that wants to be known. And so then we can begin to view each nightmare as sort of concealing both instructions and insights for our inner work. The symbols are full of all of this material that speaks to our inner experience, to outer dynamics, and the way that the dream has been constructed, or the type of nightmare that repeats over and over, tends to have an incredible amount of insight of what is needed for us to move forward, to find resolution, or to find some sort of ease. And that might be difficult because nightmares tend to be the scariest, most overwhelming, emotional dreams that we have. And it feels difficult to get close to it. Even when we wake up, there's sometimes this urge or this instinct to just want to push it away. And that's where I think nightmares can be difficult to work with. Their images, their symbols, the emotions within it are so intense that, how do we move towards it willingly? And I think that's one of the main goals of my class today, is to help us see the purpose of why we should move towards that darkness.